sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Philadelphia Eagles. And we are underway in Allegiant Stadium. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. And they'll get this out quickly to Goodwin. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Sanders has the first down and much more. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and start shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Pass midfield. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Forced out to his left.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open, so it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
They go play action with Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
Break on the return. The Raiders take over first
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Oh, looking for water, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Now a play fake. Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Derek Carr, a very precise thrower of the football. What's the game plan for going up against him? It used to be take away the short stuff, I know, but he's more than a dink and dunker, right?
And you are right about that. Great analysis of him because he has evolved as a thrower. Now he can push the ball downfield, but still, the number one things you want to take away, short passes, intermediate passes. So sharp, precise, and accurate, you got to sit on those routes in order to cause him problems.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr now to throw. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He'll return it from the 6. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Looking here for Smith downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big connection on that one, 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. Hurts going to take this himself, and they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So no touchdown that time, but they do get 3 more, and now they have even more of a cushion.
It's been a terrific first half offensively, so it's hard to blame them for not getting into the end zone there. But the way they've been moving the ball in this one, I don't think these will be their final points of the game.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Trying to run for it with Jacobs, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play action. Now it's Carr. Rolling to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
17 yards.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On play action, now Carr. On the move to his left. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. To throw, it's Carr. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. On 1st down, Hurts. Dancing to his left. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, you know, this offense has had their way for the most part here in this first half. But that time, maybe they got a little greedy.
Well, it is hard to blame them, isn't it? Because like they said back in the 1980s, greed can be good. Stick with what's been working. But that time, I think you got a little bit too much air under that one, and it turned into a turnover that was much needed by that defense.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On play action, it's Carr. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Carr steps away to his left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Well, that was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Hurts sets up to throw it. Deep ball for Goodwin. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this 3rd quarter of action. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Renfrow bringing it in over the middle. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Carr being chased out left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Throwing on first down is Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Bryan Edwards, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. Carr will look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's into the clear. He's at the 40.
What you doing out there,
10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr buying time to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. He gets it complete to Jackson. Touchdown Raiders. Deshaun Jackson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Forced out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Hurts to throw. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Hurts going to keep it again. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. From the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And the Raiders first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
On 1st down, Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Steps away. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Flush to his right. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as a sack and a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 2nd and goal. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Throwing his car. Dancing to his left. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And once he got out of the pocket, you thought that maybe he'd take off with it, especially here in the 2-minute drill. Sometimes defenses are focused so much downfield that there's room to run, but this time he decided to throw it unsuccessfully.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 45 on 2nd down. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Out to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. He's going to let it fly. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Darius Slay with a pick. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
To throw his car. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. The Carr's throw complete here to Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And quickly into the hands of Waller. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Now Carr, got to have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call